Morning everyone. Hey, it's Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. Well, it's early February and it seems like we're already in that thaw-freeze cycle where it's freezing one day and snow, and next day or two it's raining and thawing, and then everything turns to ice, as you can see behind me. This is where I've been driving to get back to my wood yard with my tractor, and it's all packed down obviously from driving over it, and it has since frozen. It's thawing right now, but it's got a layer of ice on it it's not good. So we're gonna have to do something about that in the future. And this is where that property next to me, where I've been talking about purchasing, if that ever comes up for sale, we'd like to purchase that. And that will be my new road to my wood yard. Therefore, it won't go through my grass. And I won't have this. I mean, it's a skating rink out here right now, and I can't even get back to my wood yard. I was planning on cutting up some wood today, and I still might, but it's going to be dangerous getting back there. So we're going to have to do something about that. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to carefully walk through this, I guess you'd say, skating rink. Because I got some compost I got to drop off to my compost pile. And as you can see, this is it's a sheet of ice. It's got puddles, but there's a good inch or two of ice from where I've driven across it with the tractor. You can see the tractor tracks. It's just not a good thing. And it goes right through my yard and up into my shed right here. So I'm driving my tractor back and forth through here constantly as I'm going back to my wood yard. And you can see my road back here it's a sheet of ice. And going forward, we're gonna have to do something about that. Right now I'm walking on the side here towards my garden, so it's safer. It's not packed down from multiple times of driving over it, so therefore it's safe. Just by driving over this constantly has caused it to pack down and freeze. And like I said, we're in that freeze and thaw cycle right now. It seems kind of early for that, being early February, but it's Michigan. So you can see my road back here. I'll walk on it here a second. Yeah, it's a sheet of ice. So I could probably drive on it with the tractor, no problem, if I want to get back here and cut up some wood. I still might do that today. So you can see my tree service wood here is just sitting here waiting for me to cut. Been doing some. I got some cherry cut up and put in totes. You see my pile of scrap right there left over from where I was cutting. So we got to get that cleaned up. But yeah, it's a sheet of ice out here. Going forward, we're gonna have to do something about that. And like I said earlier, this will be the plan if this land ever comes up for sale. The wife and I want to purchase this and probably move the wood yard back in the woods, back in there, off my yard. So initially I was going to do it back there, and for the time being I will. Way back there you can see the wood pile back in there. I'll probably move the wood yard back there for now, with the hopes of moving it over here if we can purchase this property. Hey, do any of you guys compost? I got a couple of compost piles here. That one right there's got some wood ash and various food scraps. And this one here I covered up with a tarp all winter long to see what it'll do. That's probably ready to go in the spring. I'll probably be able to use that. But here's my newer, I guess you'd say newer compost pit. Throwing coffee grounds in there right now. Some eggshells. I don't know what it is, but something eats these eggshells. I put eggshells out here pretty regularly, and within a day or two they're gone. So let me know what you guys do with compost piles, if you even do that. But I think it's a good way to, create compost, I guess you'd say, for the garden or flower beds. And let me know what you guys do in the comments. All right, as you guys remember, I went and got some IBC totes the other day, 20 bucks a piece. I couldn't pass it up. So I made 2 trips with the truck, got a total of 4. And the local farmer who I purchased them from, he says he has them all the time. So just to give him a call or a text to let him know, or let me know when I want to come and get some more. So that's a great source to get IBC totes from. And 20 bucks a piece, you know, that's not bad. Around here they range from 20 to 70. I've seen them all the way up to 70 bucks a piece. And very useful item for firewood. And I'm not going to go into much more about that on today's video, as there's numerous videos out there regarding IBC totes and firewood and how they cut them up to store firewood. But I am going to touch on the tops, I guess you'd say the liner, the bladder of these. You know, you can cut them up or cut the tops off to make a top for your firewood. Basically just kind of cut the top off on the bottom and place it on top of your wood once it's stacked in there. And I have tried that and it works okay. It doesn't fit inside the rim of the tote real well. But what I've seen is, I've seen guys cut diagonally, like this, across, and then used each corner as their top. Therefore, you got kind of a peak to the top where water can run off and snow, and they fit much better. So I'm going to tackle that today and see how that works. All right, well, I got it cut. I rinsed it out a little bit, and I don't know if this is going to work. It just doesn't look like it's going to fit. But like I said, I've seen them before done this way, so I'm going to give it a try. And I got a feeling it's going to work better than just cutting the top or the bottom off. It's going to fit a little better, but it just might look kind of funny. But I don't really care. I'm just trying to keep them dry. Normally I don't even put anything on them because I just leave them outside to season, for the wind and the sun to get on them, to season and dry real well. But they get kind of discolored, so I'm gonna try to prevent that a little, as much as I can. And well, let's see if this will fit. Hold on. Well, guys, I think this is going to work. It actually fit on there really nicely. I had to pull the sides apart a little bit to fit over the tote, but it fits on fairly snug. Now, the videos I've seen, or the pictures I've seen of this procedure, is they drill holes like into the ends and then just put like bungee straps down to tie it down on each corner, keep it from blowing off. I like this. It's got a little bit of an overhang to shed the water a little better, and you know, it's still going to get wet from the sides, but just to keep everything off the top, keep snow and rain, sleet and all that crap off the top. I think this is going to work. Let's go put it on a tote of wood and see how it looks. Well, there we go. Not too shabby. I think that'll work real nice. Just got to drill some holes in each corner, bungee it down. Let me show you what I was doing with the cutouts of the bottom or the top of the tote. This is a bottom. I mean, these work fine too. Actually, they work really well. And they maybe look a little better than the TP version. But these don't fit real well. I got this tote, I got the wood stacked up a little higher so it actually fits down onto the wood nice, but it doesn't fit in between the bars of the tote real well. It just doesn't fit in there real well. I mean, you can force it in there. That one corner's kind of kinked up, so it's kind of kitty corner. I got that big block of wood on it to hold it down, and that does fine. There's nothing wrong with that either. Either way is fine. I just wanted to give this TP version a try because I like the fact that it sheds water better, and you know, that's pretty much it. It doesn't look great. You know, a nice indoor woodshed or three-sided woodshed would look a lot better for sure, and that's the plan eventually, to put one out there. So, but for the time being, you know, I'm still going to have totes even when I have the woodshed out here. The plan is to keep oak in the woodshed because that dries, it takes forever to dry, and cherry and maple and maybe walnut in the totes. So I'm still going to have totes. So this might be the route I'm going to go, is with these TP tops is what I'm going to call them. There we go. Got the holes drilled in each corner for a tarp strap. That thing ain't going anywhere. Each corner has one. I think that's going to hold up nice and keep the moisture off the top of that tote. Keep the wood as dry as possible. That's green cherry. I just cut that up from that tree service delivery that I had. Got that cut and split. Got 2 totes of it so far. I probably have 2 more to go. And just wanted to experiment with this tote bladder to see how this was going to work. And I'm pretty happy with it. I think that's going to be just fine. And I guess the name TP top is really not gonna work. It's really not a teepee. It's more of a Cape Cod. So let's call it a Cape Cod cap. How about that? But anyway, I think this is gonna work out just nice. All right, guys, well, we got the wood stove going. We're back in the garage. And as you can see, I still got my walnut here staged in the kiln. It's actually working. I can't believe it. But I got to do something to dry it out so I can get it bundled up. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with the way that cap worked out by cutting it diagonally like that. I think that's going to work just fine. It doesn't look the greatest. I think that flat top one looks better where you just cut off the top or the bottom of the tote. That actually looks better, but I'm not going for looks. I'm going for functionality. And I think that peaked top one works a little better as far as shedding water. I think that'll be just fine. But I thought I'd come back in the garage here and bundle up some wood. I got a 30 bundle order staged right here. That's one of my regular customers. He'll be calling anytime for that. Plus, I'm doing another 30 bundle order in the back of the truck. It's another regular customer I just picked up. And this one looks promising. This guy actually has a campground that he's interested in wood for the summer too. So I could be pretty busy. But that's fine with me. I just soon be busy. And, you know, that way I got a good customer base for my business, and hopefully I can grow. All right, guys, well, I got my bundling done. Like I said, I got the 30 bundles over here for a customer, and I got the 30 bundles in the back of the truck for another customer. I'll probably be making that delivery sometime this week. And then I got 5 extra bundles here just for whoever may call that wants to come and get some or needs a delivery of a few. I got 5 there, plus I have 5 more in the garage, so that's 10 extra bundles that I can have for people that want to come pick them up or last calls, kind of a thing. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little video on tote covers and the way I'm going to be doing it for now. And it seems to be working out. I guess time will tell to see if it actually does work with wind and rain and you know, the weather and stuff like that. But I think it's going to be fine. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. Please give me a like, please subscribe, and please comment. All right, guys, have a good one.